Hi and welcome to Florida International University, PAD6056. My name is Ed Solebrew and today's story is related to events that are currently affecting all of us and linked to our civic duty during the presidential election. First, I want to express that my political stand is neutral. I am a registered independent voter and I do not favor any of the two main political parties. During this week's readings, I could not avoid thinking about the impact that President Obama will have to American history and the prosperity of the United States politics. The readings express that the statesmanship is one of the most important aspects of ethics and that it has been largely ignored by public administration scholars. Based on this, it is hardly shocking that politicians and businessmen consistently commit ethical indiscretions. Marginal ethical behavior has been part of American history since the very beginning. The story of Robert Livingston and James Monroe that were sent to France by President Thomas Jefferson to inquire about the possibility of purchasing Louisiana is an example of retrospect ethical analysis that showcases a complete disregard to proper ethical behavior and yet considered to be one of the most important legacies of Jefferson's presidency. Obviously, situations are different, and today's standards may not easily translate to the culture and the general outlook of the time, but the concept is the same. At a time when building a nation was paramount, the idea of solidifying the country by incorporating important foreign territory from Spain and the Louisiana Territory purchase was one of the important achievements, not only because of acquiring an indispensable trade route, but because of the possibilities of connecting what it was connected with the purchase of the land. I wonder if Obamacare will be viewed as the initial step for health care reform in the United States history, or simply as a useless attempt of an inexperienced but charismatic politician. Thinking back to the Louisiana Purchase, it is evident that Livingston and Monroe negotiated without presidential authorization, and the President Jefferson purchased the land circumventing the legal process. But at a time when communications was not efficient and stability of countries were volatile, the purchase of an exceptionally unethical and risky maneuver that resulted in something great. Even though Jefferson was torn by his decision to betray his beloved Constitution in favor to what ultimately has been widespread accepted as a necessary action. Even at the time, Hamilton, as the treasurer of the country, agreed that the nation and the actions that he took needed to be done, and even though that it was contrary to most tenets of the presidency at the time. However, this brand of audacity, it is not unique to one man. Another example of this kind of action happened when Lincoln suspended habeas corpus during the Civil War. Ethical behavior has been part of significant studies by public administration scholars for about 30 years, but with very little to show. Issues with the foundation of ethics, the connectivity in a global context, the integration of organizations into the ethical culture, and the definition of equality are at the core of what is needed to move into a world of public officials that want to act ethically rather than just appearing to be ethical. This argument supports the need to further analyze ethics to develop effective and comprehensive models that can be easily applied in the workplace. It is unfortunate that a section of the population thinks that African Americans are less intelligent than white men, fit only for physical labor, they are lazy, sexually promiscuous, and prone to dependency. If equality is the base for ethics, we must start at erasing these misconceptions that I believe still plague a section of the population, but in my assessment continues to shrink in size. It is important to understand that public administration must accept that racism plays an important role to hinder decisions.